Welcome to my third team of the week, and I think that there were some pretty good games played over the weekend once again. And so I'll be looking at the players who I think performed the best. And so first off, we have a hero of mine, Friedel. I think it's great how he still plays in his 40s, although I'm not sure how much time he'll have now that Rossi has joined Spurs. But, he put in a man of the match performance against Norwich and prevented them from scoring, 4 or 5 goals, really. Next up, we have Ridgewell, who once again put in a great defensive performance. He's been really consistent so far this season, and I can see him easily becoming one of West Brom's best defenders. Arsenal are the only team yet to concede a goal in the Premier League, and Mertesacker's the reason why. He's just so dominant in the air, and if I was Koscielny, I'd be a bit worried about getting my place back in the first team. Next up, we have Reed, who got on the score sheet for West Ham, and generally just played really well as he kept a clean sheet against Fulham over the weekend. In the left mid position, I know he's not a natural left mid, is Robert Snodgrass. He scored the equaliser against Tottenham and ultimately probably should have scored more if it wasn't for the heroics of Friedel for Spurs. Now my player of the week is Yaya Toure, because once again he just helps City out when they need him the most, and he's so consistent, scoring 3 goals in his last 4 games, and in my opinion he's City's most vital player. Now partnering him in the central midfield is Abu Diaby. I had trouble choosing between Cazorla or Diaby, but ultimately I chose Diaby just because people weren't expecting that much of him, and I think if he can stay fit this season, he can really be a key member of the Arsenal squad. In the right mid position, we have Ben Arthur. Although a draw against Aston Villa it wasn't the best result for Newcastle, his goal was just outstanding, which is why I thought I had to put him in the team for an effort like that. In the centre forward role, no surprise here, is Van Persie, coming up with the goods once again, and although he had a shocking penalty miss, he made up for it by scoring a hat-trick. Now the next striker is Stephen Fletcher, who in my opinion really proved his critics wrong. Some people were saying he wasn't worth 12 million, but he showed them why he was with 2 really well taken goals on his Sunderland debut. Now the final player in the team is Andy Carroll. He was virtually unplayable against Fulham. I was at the game and he just seemed so confident, and honestly I think he'll be a great success for West Ham this season. So I gave the manager of the week to Sir Alex Ferguson. I mean, winning your 1000th game in charge of a club is amazing, and he really proves that he is one of the best in the business. Now, what I've decided to do is that on the bench, instead of having flops this week, because of the transfer deadline day, I put on some players that just missed out on a move to the Premier League. Now first off we have Hulk, and I just found out that he moved to Zenit St. Petersburg, although I would have really liked to see him in the Premier League. He was linked with Chelsea really heavily, and I think his quality would have been just great to watch. Next up we have Moutinho, who apparently just missed out on signing for Spurs by a matter of minutes. I mean, he's such a quality player as we saw in the Euros, and it would have been a really nice addition to the Premier League. Next up was a rumour that I could hardly believe, that Fulham were actually really close to signing Michel Bastos for 7 million. Unfortunately though, this broke down during deadline day. Cavani was another player on Chelsea's target list, but once again they weren't quite able to bring him to the club. A player rumoured to go to City for a while was Daniel De Rossi, but I don't know what it was, but somehow the clubs just couldn't agree a fee and De Rossi wanted to stay in Roma. Now, Kaká was linked to so many different clubs during the transfer window, and he would have been a fine addition to the Premier League, but unfortunately not a single club was able to get him. Now finally we have Falcao, who ripped Chelsea to shreds during the Super Cup, but apparently he had a €50 million buyout clause or something crazy like that, although there's also another rumour that's saying that Chelsea have already agreed a fee to bring the player to the club in January, although I'm not so sure about how much truth there is in that. And so that's going to conclude this video, guys. This has been my team of the week for game week 3 of the Premier League, and I hope you guys enjoyed. These were just my thoughts and opinions, so feel free to leave yours in the comment section below. And this has been CurryForMario. Peace.